What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another one. And you already know we doing a crypto nightcap. I told y'all every Friday I was going to try to bring on a guest. Today we got a special guest. Introduce him, but I want to speak to everybody out there, guys. Make sure when you hop in here, you comment, you like, subscribe. Let me see some comments rolling. Let's get this popping. It's Friday, Freaky Friday, fast running, independent day, aggressive yuppie day in crypto. Crypto looking good, baby. Market looking good. And today we're gonna talk altcoin season potentially. I don't. Let me not use that because y'all go crazy when I say altcoin season. We ain't even gonna talk about altcoin season. We're gonna talk about potential altcoin season. A little bit about AI agents, man. I wanna pick the brain of a low cap gem finder tonight. You know what I mean? So guys, get your questions ready. And we gonna chill. We gonna chill. Hey yo, KG, what's up, chat? Turtle Island in here. Kenneth Ledge, what is it do? Movie night. Yeah, it's a movie, baby. It's a movie. MDR, what's the word? I'ma spill the beans. I'ma spill the beans. We about to get it. Let me bring my guy Connor on chain in right now. We gonna chop it up. What's up, good brother? Let me get your let me get your can you hear me now? Your mic muted.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, can
All
you hear
right,
me?
there we go. There we go. There we go. What's up, man?
I'm doing well, bro. How are you?
I'm good, good brother. It's been a
Good.
while, man. We should have been made this happen. I've been in your comments for
I
a
know.
while trying to, tap in with you, man. How you feel on this
Yeah.
Friday?
I'm feeling good, bro. I appreciate you having me on. That's
No
awesome.
problem, man. No problem, man. I sent you a little tweet out there and tagged you just so your community can drop in and hang around too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because crypto's a big place, and I tell the communities all the time the best thing you can do in cryptocurrency is network, man. Network with other
Yep.
big brains. But we're gonna be talking about altcoin seasons because I've been altcoins, not altcoin season, but altcoins because I've been watching your channel for a while, man. You got a lot of alpha when it comes to like early entry on low cap gems, stuff like AI
Thank
agents, and
you,
even culture coins. So you like the low cap gem mirage. You know what I'm saying? That's how I view. You like the
bro.
low cap
Thank
gem mirage of the cult coins, and we're gonna talk about all
thank
that, man.
you.
But first and foremost, introduce yourself, man. I mean, tell me a little bit. How about our communities, how you got into crypto.
Yeah, so my name's Connor. So initially I'm from Massachusetts, but right now I'm actually living in Florida. But I got into crypto actually in 2020 during I don't know if I can say it on stream, but the C19 era. Got familiar with it there. I was actually trying to learn forex at the time, learning charts and stuff. But came across a YouTube video about crypto, and I was hooked from there too. Started throwing some money in, got in at a lucky time, I guess, and wrote it up. And I saw the potential of this market. I was hooked, instantly hooked. I was like, this is crazy,
It is
but
addictive, isn't it?
very addictive, bro. Yeah.
now I ask all my guests this question, man. This is the question I always ask when I ask they story. What was the very first cryptocurrency you ever bought?
Bro, that's a great question. My first coin ever was actually Cardano. Cardano was the first coin. I bought Cardano, VeChain, and ETH were some of the main coins that I bought. 2020.
V Chain. That's an OG right there, man. I remember the hype around V Chain, man. I
Yeah.
got into crypto around the same time. I actually bought my first crypto in 2017, which was Litecoin, but I didn't start taking it
Nice.
serious around the whole until around the Dogecoin hype, right? So I got
Yep.
into meme coins instantly, right? That was kind of like my gateway. That's why I know it's gonna be like a gateway for new people to get into crypto because it was a gateway for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yep.
once I started to discover and navigate across the space, it's been a wrap since then. But
Nice.
just in your journey in crypto, man, how do you like it so far, man? The pros, the cons. What can you say about your journey and experience so far?
Yeah, you know what? I have to say overall, I think it's been very good. There's not too much that I can complain about aside from just, I think in this market, the volatility and just the rotation of how the cycle's been playing out. But overall, I can't complain. We've just been building communities, networking. I've been meeting a lot of great people in the space and everything. But overall, I really like it so far. Crypto's been good. It's been fun. very volatile, but that's just the name of the game.
We got a lot of new people that's coming into crypto. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure you seeing that on your channel as well. So we gotta.
sure.
I was always taught in business, and I look at crypto as a business.
Yeah, yeah.
New people are the lifeline of business. So if you could tell any new person that's coming in crypto today something you would have wanted a vet to tell you, what would it be?
Yeah, good question as well. I would say safety and security, I think, is absolutely number one because I lost so many different wallets. I was very degen with it even back then. I'd say safety security is super important. Write your seed phrases down, keep everything safe. That's probably my biggest tip for anyone new. If you guys, are not keeping that stuff safe, keeping that stuff, locked up, I think it's super key. 100%.
Yeah, especially in a bull market, man, because that, just as much as retail gets into crypto, so does the scammers, right? And you know what I mean?
Bro,
And
yeah.
I can't stress it
Crazy.
enough, man. Don't just randomly click links, right? Try
Yes,
to
exactly.
practice some sort of cold storage and self custody, but you even got to be safe with that. I've had people complain
Yeah,
about even ledgers in some cases. So just really
right.
nothing is safe. You never know what can happen in crypto, but the best thing that you can do is kind of like practice risk management. I know if
Yeah.
if if I had someone to tell me this when I was
Mhm.
new, right? And I would say kind of like practice, kind of like because think about people that go into stock markets, right? What do they do when they first come into the stock market? They kind of like practice with the fake money, right? What is it called? Paper trading, right?
Yeah, paper trading.
I was like you, bro. I jumped straight in the fire of degency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't give
Right.
myself a chance, right? So I paid the school of hard knocks, right? You're going to
Yeah.
pay the tuition to play in this casino because technically that's what crypto is a big huge casino, and we got a lot of new narratives popping off, and a lot of
Oh, yeah.
people who come into crypto that's new, they think they only can buy crypto on exchanges, right? And one of the things that I've
Yeah.
seen on your channel is that you may talk about things that are listed on decentralized exchanges before they get on centralized exchanges. So
Yeah.
seeing, you know, where the altcoins seem to be going right now, what would you personally say is your top narratives in the space?
Yeah, yeah. Top narratives, 100%. I firmly think AI agents, and just even AI infra or infrastructure definitely, has gotten a ton of attention over the last month, maybe 2 months right now. I firmly think, aside from maybe a cool off, that is still going to be one of the most probably hyped up narratives well through 2025. And I think the reason why, though, as well, is because AI agents are really hype, but there's going to be a lot of different narratives that kind of coincide within AI. Kind of like I guarantee when, gaming pops off, we're probably going to see a lot of AI/gaming projects. We're already seeing DeFi integrated with AI. AI is going to be intertwined with everything, and I think that's going to be a huge reason why other narratives too can even get more attention than maybe they wouldn't, if AI wasn't intertwined with them. If that makes sense.
And I'm a big fan of AI, bro. Like that's a big part of my portfolio, right? And
Oh yeah,
it's being integrated into our everyday life, right? People
literally, yeah,
outside of crypto are using AI, and in some cases don't even know that they're using AI. So you got to be crazy not to have
right,
AI in your portfolio at this point, right? They got to have
yeah, yeah.
some type of mind share in your portfolio. I had this list
Mhm.
popped up for you, man. This base AI agent tier list. I don't know if you can see it, but what do you think about it? Right? Would you say that this is, you know what I mean, or you're more of a
Let's see.
finding ones in a smaller market caps? Because like I said, I find my AI agents on Solana, but I've been really intrigued about the ones on base, and I know that's something
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you do a lot of research on. But before we actually get into that, I want to know what do you think about base chain? Do you, this the rest of this bull run? Do you think is some a place where people should be?
Me personally, yeah, I think base is because what's interesting too that I've noticed is every chain kind of trades differently. Ethereum mainnet obviously with high gas fees. You got a lot of people that don't want to participate, but then you got a lot of whales that are going to hold for a while. Soul trades very quickly because of low fees, just how fast it is. But base over the last few months, mainly because of so much inflow lately, it's been very PVE. Which means it's just been a lot easier to just see coins just gradually trend up, and I do think that's going to continue. I think base is definitely a place where a lot of innovation is happening, where other chains currently are just not happening. And I don't know why. I mean, there's definitely innovation everywhere, of course, but I think base is just, for some reason, it's building a huge infrastructure, not even just with, virtuals protocol, which is one of the biggest, but lots of different stuff happening on that chain right now.
Did you see that coming? Did you see virtuals coming?
I did, yeah. I saw that SSS too. I'm like, yep.
That was insane move, man. I think
Yeah,
what's happening in the U.S. right with the potential crypto friendly laws and Trump coming out here and saying that U.S. companies and stuff like that could be waived of crypto gains taxes. I'm not sure if
yeah.
Coinbase is specifically U.S., but I know a lot of people in the U.S. use it. So I
Mhm.
personally can see a world where it does pick up a lot of adoption because people feel comfortable using Coinbase because of they're regulated, right? And then when you think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
base chain, like what you said earlier about how the holding time, right? On Solana, it's a lot of Jeets. Like if
Yeah,
you in the trenches, it's a lot of Jeets.
it's
But
true.
like you said on base, a person is more susceptible to buy a token and literally hold it, right?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
It's definitely a different holding time over there. The only
Mhm.
thing that I wish it had more of is volume, because if the volume picks
Very
up on
true.
base, it's gonna go
Mhm.
crazy. It's gonna go crazy.
I agree, yeah. That's true. Yeah, I think we definitely did see a good inflow over the last month or so, because I feel like even before that, base really wasn't doing any volume. It had a initial hype phase, maybe 7 8 months ago, died out for a while, and it's like I feel like it's gotten revived a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I think it's definitely going to continue though going forward, 100%.
It so virtuals base. If you can pick one AI project on virtuals for someone to go
Mm,
do research on today, what would it be?
yep. Great question. You know what? One of my favorites, since I guess I came across it, has been Vader AI. There's many different types of projects, but one on base is called Vader. They kind of deal with investment DAOs, and it's kind of a AI based DAO that invests into other AI agents within the virtuals ecosystem, and they have different investment DAOs within the DAO itself, and I think it's just really innovative what they're building, and um, just overall, I think it's probably one of the strongest AI agents within that narrative right now.
I see it sitting here at an $84 million market cap.
Yep.
Um, yeah. So it's like what is it like? They buy other agents like you
Yeah,
see
exactly.
like
Yeah, they
okay.
have different. It's almost like different portfolio allocations, I guess, within different market cap ranges, and yeah, they're kind of just supporting a lot of the virtuals ecosystem within it, and just buying a bunch of different AI agents just within that ecosystem.
I seen I seen this joint posted on X his portfolio.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dang, yeah. I remember the the thumbnail here, the green guy. Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
but this was around a like $50 million market cap. This thing is at $84 million market cap, man. This is crazy how fast a lot of these agents move. But I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you, Connor. I'm more of a infrastructure guy, right? It's so
Yep.
many different agents out here. I think that
Mhm.
we can make money with agents, of course, but I think the
Yeah.
real money is going to be made from the infrastructure. So,
Agreed.
based on your research, what do you think is one of the better AI infrastructure plays? I know my boy EA said Convo.
Convo, yeah, Convo is very good. And do you mean infra like within, I guess, virtual or base, or you mean like completely different projects?
No, well, it could be any ecosystem, but specifically, I
Okay.
know, I know you do Salon, you do it all, right? But I'm
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
like more like platform, right? Launchpad,
yeah,
infrastructure,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Agent layer. That's one of the tokens I hold, which is agent layer. You know what I'm saying? They do
Vision layer, yeah,
infrastructure stuff. You know what I mean? So that's
yeah. Yep.
that's kind of like where I like to personally invest because there's so many different AI agents, man. And some of them are really,
Oh my
really good.
god.
They're really, really good. But like if you can get into something like Top Hat early, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep.
The launch pad, that's gonna appreciate virtuals. I mean, that's gonna appreciate
Exactly.
over
Yeah.
time because of the success of the AI agents. So yeah, like what would you say is your favorite infrastructure play?
Yeah. So for me right now, I actually think Arc on Solana is probably one of my
Arc?
favorites.
How you spell
Um,
that? I don't think I've heard of that one. Arc.
yeah. So its ticker is ARC. So it's sitting at a, what is it? I think almost 400 million. So it's definitely up there as far as market cap. But the reason why I like Arc so much and why I have is because, I almost studied why virtuals was so successful. They have many different reasons as to why, I found it's so successful, and one of the reasons I personally believe was their liquidity pairing, meaning that it kind of operates like a layer one, but it's not a layer one. And something that this ARC project is doing on Sol is they are doing something similar to what Virtuals is doing. Is they're trying to take in new projects and kind of build something out of them, like real teams, because they have a whole vetting process, which is different than Virtuals, which anyone can just go and launch an AI agent on it. But within something like this ARC project, it's going to be a similar launchpad style. But again, there's going to be a vetting process, and it's going to be real teams dropping very high quality agents. And depending on what the team wants, they can also pair their token with ARC token as well. So to me, it reminds me of a virtuals just on top of Solana, which kind of differs from AI 16Z, which is one of the major, or probably one of the most major AI infrastructure plays on Sol right now. And the reason why too for AI 16Z, it is number one on in so many different things on GitHub, from all their stars to the amount of forks they have, but also too with Arc, I think it's undervalued because it is actually number two. When you compare it to something like AI 16Z. So I think everything combined with Arc that it has going forward, I still think it has a lot of potential, even at where it's sitting right now.
Yeah,
That's
I agree. I was just looking at the market cap, and even it getting to what like 4 billion is still some potential when you look at how high virtuals has went. But we
yeah,
truly haven't
right,
seen like real retail get in, right? We don't
yeah,
know how much liquidity now will come into the market if altcoins get a strategic reserve. Like
yeah, really,
I don't think
that
people realize like how massive
could be
a
crazy.
altcoin getting a strategic reserve of reef. Like fuck Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
Let's
right?
not think about Bitcoin. Let's think about an altcoin being on, and salute to the XRP maxis because I didn't believe you guys, right? Like, y'all were right. Y'all said
You
that
guys are right.
XRP it was going to be a reserve currency. They said it. They was like
Yep,
XRP going to be. I seen the videos and I said, whatever.
right, dude. Yep.
Now
Shout out to XRP guys. Yeah, you guys are killing it. I
res-
can't complain. You guys are doing
reserve
good.
currency, right? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy. Yeah,
the domino effect of an altcoin being on a country's balance sheet is going to be
you.
crazy. We're going to be in an altcoin season we've never seen before. Wise mind,
Yeah.
yeah, you're XRP maxi.
Yeah.
Heart, what's the word, man? What's the word? Yeah, man, they used to get on me about that. You know what I'm saying? Do you
Mhm.
actually hold any blue chips?
I do not. I Most of my portfolio is
This guy's a legend,
below.
y'all. He's a DJ.
Yeah,
He's a legend. So look,
it's
look.
very. I'm
That,
sorry.
that,
It
that-
is pretty
please,
DJ,
no, no.
bro.
Look, I got 50-50 crowd, right? And some of them get on me because of my decency, right? I got to hide my decency to them. Explain why you prefer to take on that risk for lower cap coins before they get listed on centralized exchange. They need somebody else to hear it, to say it, right? They didn't hear me
I got
enough.
no. You know what? For me, I don't know. I've always just liked that risk of finding just being super early to something. I feel like that's something I've always just loved doing, even as a kid. With music, I always used to find music before everyone. I used to put on a bunch of kids I know to music, and that's the same feeling I get with like crypto. So it's like it's definitely a lot more risky, especially with even my own portfolio and most of the coins that I talk about. But to me, I just prefer it. I love coins, even just sitting within the anywhere from 20 million, 30 million, upwards of 100 million. I think that's just a huge sweet spot because, a lot of times you can really find whether it's really good development, a good team, you can kind of see what is really being built, kind of before a lot of people. You can be pretty early to a project and still make really good returns. Of course, the risk is going to be higher, but that's just kind of my pocket that I really like to focus on, for like real long term gains going forward.
But doesn't it feel good when you got a token that you've bought and then it gets listed on an exchange?
Oh yeah, that's the best feeling ever.
That's
Yeah,
the best feeling, right?
yeah,
Look, chat. It ain't just me. Look, I know DJC took me over, guys. Look, I still got my blue chips personally. I got my Hedera, my Jasmine, my Tau. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, I still
exactly.
got, what I mean, my blue chips. I feel like that that even if you was getting into crypto now, you could really take advantage of the U.S. company narrative. Like, just go. And I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
if you've done any research on some low cap gems that are U.S. based, but I'm about to start my research with that as well because
yeah. That's a good point.
you know what I mean. Like, finding some low cap gems that's U.S. based with real development, like you said, real teams, real people
Yeah,
that
yeah.
just imagine getting to something like Hedera early. You know what I mean? Like that would
Oh
have been
yeah,
crazy. Who would have seen like Google at the council and shit like
right.
that, right?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. No,
So
for real, bro.
you said decency, so we got to get a little decency, man. We got to get a little decency. I know the AI agents was one thing. It's the second
No, yeah.
half, guys. And if you got any questions for me or Connor, chat, ask questions, please. All right, this guy found the culture coin Mog extremely fucking early, right? So
Thank you. Yeah.
when doing your research on these culture coins, right? Because I call you the low cap gem Marad. What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
All right, so that's a great question. I feel like still meme coins is definitely something I love and I'm super big on. So when I'm looking for a meme coin that has real potential, because I'll give you guys like what I look for, and then I'll show you. I'll even say kind of how I found Mog and why I really believed in it so early. But when it comes to meme coins, especially right now, number one thing is you want to wait for a coin to launch and go through the motion, as in let it launch, let it absolutely rip, come back down, then reevaluate the community. If the community is incredibly strong, that's one of the biggest factors that I look for with any meme coin. And for me personally, I'm very technical based as far as, looking at charts and waiting for very specific entries and stuff, but um, looking for very top tier communities, but then you also got to look for things that stand out. Just buying into like another cat coin, another dog coin. Usually there's so many of them, right? You got to find something that kind of resonates with people. That's just a lot different than what is out currently. One of the main things recently that's popped off is actually MLG, which the reason why I saw that as well pretty early too was
That was
with
crazy.
MLG it was a very gaming based meme coin. That's what, like, when you first look at it, it was not really um, wasn't really popular at the time. A lot of people didn't really think oh well, a meme coin that can resonate with a gaming community, something like that. Um, but ended up coins like that are just different, that stand out and can kind of resonate with a group of people, a different type of person, or whatever kind of community online, right? That's what I look for, is just, how, like, what kind of things can stand out from a meme coin versus others. Um, and like I was saying for Mog too, I think Mog, the reason why I found it so early was, this was when it launched, I think middle of 2023. The biggest thing with Mog was, we just saw Pepe launch, I think, a couple months before that. So it seems like, I guess, meme coins were starting to get a little big at that time. But with Mog, I started to see people put pit vipers. If you guys aren't familiar with pit vipers, they're kind of just those big glasses, right? I started to see a lot of random people on Twitter as I'd scroll or look through coins. All of them had these pit vipers on their PFPs, and I'm like, what is that? Is that an NFT, or is that attached to something? And I found that it was attached to a coin. But the reason why I thought that was good is because, when you have something like that where it's very easily recognizable, both in person, because anyone can go and buy these glasses, they can wear them. That's kind of a meme within the Mog community. Anyone that does anything with the goggles on, they have the point and laugh emojis, and they just call it mogging, regardless of what it is. It's just, it is what it is for Mog. But
That's
also, it resonates with people with PFPs on Twitter, which, that's, the whole space is on Twitter, right? And then you have just people that have those goggles on. It's probably just, to me, it was the most recognizable community within, all of Twitter at that time. And that's why I bet hard on it. I'm like, you know what? I can see a lot of, whether it's NFT communities or different people on Twitter, even, for me, like, I had those pit vipers on my Twitter PFP on my face for a while. I'm like, if I resonated with something like that, I'm like, I know a lot of people probably will too.
Yeah, that was a crazy community, man. I seen even Elliott Trades get on board with the whole
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know what I
crazy.
mean? So
Yeah,
yeah, and then with the whole MLG thing, wait, that's like FaZe Banks got involved, right?
yeah, yep,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's just like, and I tell people, you just got to be locked in, man. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
noticed the one thing that you were saying is that just happen to be on Twitter. I'm not sure if you're full time Web3, but if you are on Twitter, like you gonna run into opportunities. You gonna
yeah,
run into some weird
100%.
stuff, and Elon Musk might tweet something or change his profile pic, and
Yeah,
bam,
that's a
create
good
a
point.
10x or 50x just like that. So like,
Yeah, really.
yeah, like the trenches is totally different, guys. And I'm full disclosure. If you got a 9 to 5, if you just work, leave the trenches alone. Just leave the trenches to
Yeah, I,
us.
I
You
agree.
know,
Yeah, it's
like you know what I
it's
mean. Like
very high risk.
if you not on your computer 10, 12 hours a day, it's really really gonna be hard for you to make decisions really really quickly
Yeah.
because you have to in that type of environment. But
Yes.
as you
Totally
know,
agree.
like Mirad's thesis, you can find you a good culture coin, buy spot, and just hold over time.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think SPX is like up 60% on the day.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's ripping today. It's
Yeah, so
huge. It's like,
to
wow.
to all the people that hold those 2021 meme coins at some point, you guys meme coins are gonna run, right? The Elons, the Sheebs, the Pepes. I think they're
Yeah.
all have their opportunity and their chance based off the narrative. But the cycle is different. And I want to ask you about this, right? Because you've seen previous cycles. Do you think that we will see the traditional altcoin season? And wise mind, I see your question. We're gonna get into that question. I want to ask him this question. Or do you think it's more narrative based where you got to rotate into the hottest narratives opposed to just holding and expecting this huge altcoin season?
No, great question. You know what? I've had people, in my group too, ask about that as well. I think it's definitely going to be a rotational game, I think, throughout the entire bull run. But in my opinion, that does not mean that you should full port, or, take your whole portfolio and rotate it all into the new shiny object. I tell everyone you should never do that. One of the big things that I believe is you should be well versed as far as in different narratives, even a couple different narratives if you're holding, but at least 80 to 90% you should have in conviction coins, meaning coins that you firmly believe in, regardless of what price action is doing. You believe in that, if and when we see this alt season, you're kind of waiting to see all these coins really start running. and it's going to be those like firm few coins you really believe in. 80 to 90% of your portfolio should be in those, and you kind of just leave those alone. But I do believe that no matter what portfolio you set or what portfolio size you have, I think you should be taking, whether it's even 1 to 3%, or if you're more high risk, you'd even do 5 to 10% of your portfolio. Just start messing around with the new narratives, because what I've also noticed too is within a lot of these new shiny narratives, you're still going to have a lot of coins that are higher cap, but because they're exposed to the narrative, they have a few weeks, maybe a month of traction. They'll move a little bit slower, but you can still take advantage of pretty nice gains just by being in that narrative at that current time. And same thing, depending on what the narratives will do, maybe they die off after a couple months, but you should always be taking a little profit as well, especially when things really pump. But I definitely think a small portion of your portfolio, regardless of your size, should be messing around at least a little bit with some of these newer narratives, because something like AI agents, like 2 months ago, they weren't even a thing. But
Mm,
even if you took a couple percent and just started messing around, you don't have to go too degen with it, but just throwing it into some of the stuff. A lot of coins have done incredible
yeah,
moves. So I think
yeah.
it's definitely worth your time, especially if you're in the market, pretty often, whether it's daily, weekly. Definitely think a small portion should be
And,
focused on
and, and you can always rotate those profits into your conviction plays. You know what I mean?
that.
Like
Yep.
I can imagine not have any stables on the side and being able to take advantage of this AI agent narrative. I've made so much like of my bags for my conviction plays just by rotating AI agents and AI infrastructure
Yeah,
within the last three to
exactly.
six months, right? And we did this what 9 months ago with memes and gaming, right?
Yep.
You've talked about gaming. You one of those people like myself that we truly believe the gaming narrative is still going to do well. You know what I mean? It,
Yeah,
it may not be
100%. Yeah.
hot now, but I think that it will do well. I want
Yeah.
to get your opinion on this. Have you heard of Art Brock, or do you have an opinion on it?
Art block. I've heard of that, but no, I don't. I actually don't know too much about that.
Okay, me neither. I think that's one of the ones Crypto John talks about. Salute to my boy Crypto
Okay.
John. Light Energy said, "What's the point in holding H bar and XRP?" Now that's how you feel, Light Energy. Look, check it out. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? When the reason that I still hold H bar, right? Because I've been holding H bar for years now, and I look at it as the way I look at the potential is I'm looking at it for the next 5 to 10 years. Of course, I'm gonna take my
Mm,
profits, but when
yep.
you look at something like Hedera, it could possibly be a Amazon in the beginning, a Google in the beginning.
Point.
Just look at the council, the people that hold each other accountable. That's actually leading the helm. These are trillions of dollars, and now they're getting the green light all across the U.S. as a U.S. company. So yeah, we look at these market caps and be like, "Oh man, this is already big." But think about it, guys. I don't think people realize how big of an opportunity that we have. We literally
Yeah.
are
Right.
in the stock market in the beginning stages. This is the beginning stages of the stock market. If you got into the stock market in beginning stages, all of the
Yeah.
money from boomers that's going to be given away to the younger crowd, they're going to buy crypto. They're not going to buy stocks. So we are in
Right.
the beginning of a brand new class of assets. This is the beginning of it. This might be the end of this bull run cycle, but this is still the beginning of a new asset class. And that's why I would hold something like that for the next 5 to 7 years. Because I don't know
Yeah.
how this may appreciate if we're truly in the beginning of a new asset class.
No, I totally agree. And I mean, in the way that crypto moves, once it starts to get hype and attention, it's like, anything can happen, I swear. Especially even seeing XRP the way XRP's been moving, you
Right.
know, you don't know. Especially when you got, I don't even know how much money is out there, coming into a market that's still this tiny, guys, is you can still, you can speculate just on how much, anything can appreciate here. It's crazy. Potential is 100% here, just being in this market.
Well,
Totally agree with that.
like Henry, I personally hold H bar. And this is like the flip side of me. I don't want to feel like I'm buying a top of XRP, even though we know that this thing can go way higher. We don't know how high, but in the grand scheme of things, I personally feel like I'm a little late to it. You know what I mean? I don't
Oh, I
like to
know what
feel
you
late
mean.
to
Right?
anything. You know? So
Yeah.
I personally hold H bar because I didn't feel that late this bear market being able to get it at 4 or 5 cents. You know what I mean? I'm okay
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that. But I'm not. I don't want to buy XRP at $3.50. You know what I'm saying? Even though maybe in
Right.
10 years it's gonna be 20, 30 bucks. Who knows? You know what I
All
mean?
right. No,
But
literally. Yeah. Exactly.
shout out to Toon Luby. Unlocked for marketing today. Needs volume to get going. Yeah. Salute to my boy Steven Bliss for coming on the show. Last show that we had, man. What up, LEU? Let me see what we got here. Getting into some of the comments. And yeah, man, if like I said, you can shoot your questions too, Connor. I know you said you wanted a few things you want to ask me as well. He
Yeah.
said he's
Yeah.
indeed.
Bro, since this is like the first time of me meeting you too, tell me a little bit about you. I'm curious.
Man, I'm a DJ, bro. I'm full time Web3. I'm
Yeah.
a developer. I
Oh,
have
let's
a
go.
AI agent. We have a we have a community token. We do it all, man. I have
Nice.
a research group that's tied to our community token. Um, where people can hold a certain allocation and be part of our research group where it's not just me, it's a
Wow.
whole group of mega brains like myself who are just on degency. Because the thing about YouTube is I can't share everything I want to share on YouTube, right? It's just too high risk, right? And it
Yep.
you just can't do it, right? But you know what I mean? When we do our research, it puts us in a position to get in things early. I also don't like to show things that I trade because I trade meme coins and AI agents. So I prefer to just find
Gotcha.
that for research. And if we see something that we have conviction on, we do it. Outside of that,
Yeah.
um, I work out every day. I'm at the gym daily. I
There we
believe
go.
health is wealth. I
Agreed.
just bought chat. This is something new, chat. But I just bought Fruity Loops and a whole bunch of like music recording
Oh,
stuff. So I
yo, no
might be getting
way.
into it. Yeah.
There we
I'm
go,
messing with it all day, guys. I done bought my
bro.
auto tune, eye lock, and everything, and I sound good. I'm like, oh, I still got it. I
Dude.
love music, and it's just a hobby,
Yep.
right? Nothing serious, but I was messing around
Hmm.
with Fruity Loops today. But see, I just believe to do what you love, right? Before
Yeah.
this, I used to go door to door. You know what I mean? I then sold all-purpose cleaner degrees, so I've sold solar. So I've always been in sales,
Okay.
right? I've had my own personal business as well. So I've always been
Yep.
outgoing. And that whole door-to-door transfer to me doing door-to-door videos where I'm asking people about crypto. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the type of videos I used to do. And I was like, I can't keep
Wow.
doing this. So why not just take content serious? And I would tell anybody, if you got a goal, guys, just go out there and do it. Fuck it. We only live once. Go
Yep.
out there and do it. If Donald fucking Trump can become president, you could do everything you could do anything in life. That's the realest shit I could tell you today. If you could do anything in life,
That's
if Donald
fact.
Trump can become president, I'm telling you,
Really?
this is showing you that anything in life is possible. So now I'm
Yeah.
here, full time Web3. It's a fucking headache, right? At the end of the day, like the
Yeah.
developer end is a fucking headache. Like central exchange, dealing with exchanges, market makers, that's all a headache, right? But I love crypto. Sometimes I have to not look at my comments because I can let those get to me
Yeah.
sometimes. I got funded out a coin back in the day that I bought really, really early called a Tor protocol from my community.
Wow. Yep. That, yeah,
And
that
now
had a great run too.
they changed the
Yeah.
name and everything. But around that fund, like my
Yeah.
community funded out, like, oh, Billy, bro, this is a scam. Nah, bro. I had my conviction there. And I could have made so much more money with a Tor protocol. But hey,
No,
we're
I know.
here now. And yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with crypto, Connor. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I got you.
I'm just fucking with you, man. All right, let's get into some of
Oh
these
man.
comments. What it do? What up, Papa Gun? H bar and XRP are two of the best plays like Bitcoin. They will be around when others fizzle out. If they're going to be in the Federal Reserves, then buy them. Yeah, man. If they're going to be on balance sheet of country, states, pension
Yeah.
money, we're talking about retirement money. Come on, man.
Yeah. Those are
Yeah,
gonna be a long time then.
trillions
Pretty
of
much
dollars,
so.
right? We are at an inflection point where we are going from a speculative crypto market to an institutional utility crypto market. I like that. I like that. And I think AI is going to be leading the helm. But speaking of a quiet narrative, because I'm one of the few people that says you always want to start research on narratives that are quiet but have had heat in the past. So,
Mm, yep.
are we still bullish on Bitcoin DeFi?
Good point. For me personally, I still am very bullish in the fact that it definitely can come back because Bitcoin DeFi I think is just overall it's a huge innovation being built on top of Bitcoin itself. There are a lot of Bitcoin maxis that, completely hate that, but I feel like there's two sides to it because me personally, I'm a super fan of this, kind of building on top of it. But for some reason, it's just a huge attention game that crypto is right now. It's very hard to know when some sort of narratives will, kind of respark. Depends on certain catalysts, different things, kind of changing. But as far as anytime soon, it's going to be hard for I think the Bitcoin DeFi sector to really gain more traction. But I still believe it can. But I think the main reason though is because it's still so early in development. There's not too much going on yet. It's literally just about a year old, or maybe a little bit older than that, year and a half. But it's still very new. And I think when you're trying to compete with, when we're already starting to see a ton of AI agents autonomously doing things, versus a brand new infrastructure that's not really built out too well yet. It's going to be hard until we see some real breakthrough within something like that. That's how I look at it. But I think long term, at some point, I know for a fact it'll come back. I'm still bullish on it, but I know they are not doing well whatsoever right now.
You know what I
But
call Bitcoin's ecosystem, right? I call it
no,
Mars. I call it Mars, right? ETH and Solana is the Earth. You know what I mean? But Bitcoin is Mars. It has all the liquidity, but it's like ice caps. We can't find a way
it
to
is
unlock it. You know what I mean? So,
right.
but
Yeah.
it can host human life, right? It can host DeFi.
Mhm.
It can, but we just haven't found out how to unlock it. I was one of the people that got wrecked on that whole narrative. Made money at first, but just round tripped everything. Round
Oh,
tripped my whole
me too,
Bitcoin.
bro.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
gaming, Connor. You,
hmm
what gaming tokens you looking at right now?
Gaming. That's a good. Still, probably that's a top narrative for me too. Still, even though I feel like I don't cover it much, and I haven't really talked about it lately, but You know, I'd say I still like Moon Tropica. That has been one I've been holding for a
Let's
long
get it.
time.
Let's get it.
Moon Tropica, bro. I think the community is just nuts. I've never seen anything like it. When that coin starts moving, Twitter goes crazy. And that is literally one of the main reasons why I bought it because once gaming starts to come back, I think the community is just going to come out of nowhere and just flood the timeline. Like, for me too, like when I'm looking for a lot of projects, if like I have a very curated timeline of just a lot of random stuff, but when I see certain coins just flood my timeline, especially when I don't search them up or anything, that's usually how I know I'm like, okay, I need to pay attention to this because I didn't really look into Moon Tropica before that, but once I started seeing it flood in, that was back when it was really ripping at the time. I was like, okay, I got to pay attention. You know, I think it's a powerhouse coin. It's still again, very high risk. Please, you know, be cautious with it. But I think it's a pretty good one. But also, one I'm looking into is Zentry. I don't
Oh,
know
I
much about
never
it.
heard that one.
Started to look into Zentry. Seems pretty interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one's higher in market cap.
I'm a holder of Moon Tropica.
I
They got
know.
the
I
wealth.
was gonna say.
They
Yep.
got the wealth. They got the wealth group behind it. Crypto God John and Alex Becker. We track
Yep.
wallets. We know who's in that. So not only is it got a huge community, but they got a huge bunch of big wallets and smart money that's inside that. And at some point,
Yep.
Becker's gonna fuck. He's gonna fucking push that. He's gonna push. He's
Oh yeah.
already like said it multiple times. Crypto Gon John is in the game. You know what I mean? These guys are like avatars in the game, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
hmm
Bites. I hold bites as well, and My go-to gaming token in my blue chips is Super, right? It was Gala,
Yeah,
but I had to move on from Gala, unfortunately, and I just put it all in Super. You know what I mean? And that's my
yeah,
blue
that's
chip for
great
gaming.
bet.
You know what I mean? But I really, really like Carrot, Karat.
You know what? Yeah, I've heard so many good things. I actually got to look more into it. Is I was paying attention to that more so when it launched. Haven't really looked back into it though, but yeah, like I said, I've heard a ton of good stuff with that. Got to
It's
look
some
back.
nice games popping off on base too.
That is one thing. You know, I got to look into that as well. I'm actually not too familiar with too many base games right now. Which ones are you talking about?
It's one that fucking Elliot trade. Elliot, he's Shield. I forgot the name, but it's new. It's new, and it
Okay.
got like Animoco brands behind it and everything.
Oh,
But
okay.
also a smaller one. I can't remember the name, man. But I'm tracking these. It's like at a $5 million market cap, and
Hmm.
it's actually got a very very good team behind it. But yeah, it's
Nice.
some. It's like two games on base that I've been really looking into. I don't haven't bought them yet, but I've been looking into them. Let's get into some of these comments. X says old money is hiding behind the ISO 222. They are letting us make a couple bucks before they take over the market. Cardano is going to tokenize and put Bitcoin on their blockchain. Yeah, I seen Charles talk about that. I wouldn't focus too much on like the
Hmm.
whole ISO 222 thing. That's just more of a messaging system. Actually, you're seeing tokens actually get away from the whole CBDC narrative because Trump is not bullish on it. But they can easily adopt the AI narrative, as we've seen from the Hedera space, right? They said, "Oh, we're building AI infrastructure for AI agents." So, yeah, they'll probably move on from CBDCs and start trying to swim around in the whole AI narrative. Strength of progression. What's the word? Beam. LEU says Beam. How you feel about Beam?
Beam. I think. I think long term that has a good road ahead of it. You know, I'm not gonna lie. There's not. I don't know too much about it. I've dug into it in the past as well, but I just know it has a really good road ahead of it. I like it.
Harp says Millie don't get emotional. We just choose to forget when he ripped all of his computer wires out from excitement in the show. Was that Charles? I don't sure who did
No
that.
way.
Are you familiar with Zeus? I think tokenization of Bitcoin is a serious narrative as well. Zeus coin is a play, but on Sol BTC. You heard of that one?
Hmm. I don't think so. No.
Nah, I didn't. I never heard of that one. Elio. I'm gonna have to do some research on that, good brother. See, always finding good plays, man. Always finding good things to research around here. Like crypto is so
Yeah.
big, man. It's never fucking
Oh,
ended. Like Connor, sometimes I gotta get away from the screen, bro, because it's just so much.
I know.
But I know you feel this way too. When you get away from the screen, you feel like you miss something.
Bro, yeah, you step away for 2 hours, dude. It's been like 3 days in crypto time. I swear.
It do, bro. You gotta, I gotta, I gotta get on my screen. I gotta check all my wallets from the wallet tracking. I gotta catch up on the narratives to see what's hot again
Yeah,
because shit changed so quick, man. But you
I
never
know.
know when
Yeah,
something gonna rip. Look at the unicorn fart dust and the fart coin, and it's
yeah,
just like,
it's crazy.
how do we get respect? But guess what? They don't care. These hate
Mhm.
rallies, hate
Yes.
rallies are like the best pumps, dog.
Hmm. That's true. It is very true.
Yeah, that was like Bitcoin breaking 40K or something was a while ago. Yeah, I was gonna turn that around. Beats AI is a beast in the making when all that stuff. Yeah, I seen that Superman showed that at about like a $900,000 market. He's a beast for that. And it makes some really
Yeah.
fucking good music.
Oh, that's on Hyperliquid, right?
Beats AI? I don't know. I seen an ETH pair when I looked it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's another coin similar to that, but oh, I gotta check that out then if it's on ETH.
Yeah,
That's sick.
I
Yeah,
think it
dude, I
makes.
love music too, bro. Like that's
Let's
so
get
funny. You
it.
actually you started with FL, bro. Before crypto, yeah, I did. I was music for about 9 years. Just
Hey. So
audio
you know how to
engineering.
like mix and stuff.
Yes, sir. And a lot of beats, bro. You need any
Hell
beats, drum
yeah.
kits, dude? I got you.
Hey, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. I look
Yeah, yeah,
back in the day about 10 years ago, man. I'm not a little older, right? I used to like, mix a lot, like Fruity Loops and also what's the other mixing engineering Pro Tools,
yeah,
right?
bro.
And then I just gave up on music or whatever. It's like cool, but the other day my brother sent me a song for our community project, and I was like, wow, that just made me want to get back into like making music. You know what I mean? So it was
Yeah.
just crazy. Let's see here. Um, Beats AI. Yeah, it ripped all the way to like 9 million, man. It ripped all the way to 9 million from a $900,000 market cap. Like Superman is a beast that he's even willing to shill that type of stuff on his channel, bro. And he used to have conviction on it, man.
Yeah.
Um, Unfortunately, no. Who's some of your go to guys that you follow on YouTube?
Um, that's a good question. I on YouTube, I'd say obviously Crypto Millie. That's number one
Hey,
right there. No, literally, I watch you all the time, bro. Um, Honestly, I'm trying to think too. Crypto John, I've watched on and off. I think he's got some good content. But other than that, it's I don't know. I feel like not too many to be honest.
you a gem hunter, man. You remind me of my boys Crypto Archie and Crypto Seth. We used to have a show back in
All
the
right.
day called the Gem Hunters, right? And where we would just like
Oh,
find
for real?
low cap gems, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's what made me gravitate to your channel because I be
Yeah,
specifically looking for low cap gems and some of the stuff that you was talking about. I'm like, damn, he kind of knows some of the tokens I know. And then I'll watch and find something that I ain't even know and be like, okay, this is cool.
yeah,
You know what
bro.
I mean? So that's when I started like reaching out to you in the comments and we kind of connected on X. So man, salute to the Connor community. If you guys in here as well, man, salute to you guys. I did tag him on X. Make sure you go follow us on X. I thought I had the banner up. I'll put it up one more time for you guys. But we're gonna open up the floor, guys, for questions. Any questions? Shoot right now. We got about 7 minutes left before we get up out of here. Any questions? Anything you want to say, Connor? Man, go ahead. Shoot, bro.
No, I mean, I appreciate you having me on too, and um, it's I guess I don't really have too much else to say. I just appreciate you, and
Hey,
let's keep going in
it's
this market, bro.
mutual, bro. It's a mutual respecting. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we had arguments and debates on that show, bro. We used to go at it, bro. Y'all used to like me and Crypto Seth to go at it. I know. Salute to my boy Crypto Seth. That's my guy. He's got to be like one of the smartest guys and youngest and smartest guys in crypto, man. Salute to him.
yeah. I was gonna say
Salute to
I've
Archie.
seen Seth and Archie, bro. Yeah, they definitely know what they're talking about. Definitely good gem hunters too. Zero doubt.
Facts, man. What we ape into, man? What you looking forward to now?
What am I looking forward to, dude? That's a good question.
Do you do like new launches early, or you just wait to like post launch?
Yeah, so I got two different strategies because for me, I kind of go for if I'm looking for new launches, I kind of have like two different mindsets with it. If I'm going for a new launch, usually I'm playing it off of just super degency, and you got to know that okay, at some point, 95% of these launches are going to come down at some point super hard. So you got to be in and out of certain plays sometimes. But if I'm looking for like some real long term gems, I'm doing a completely different kind of search. I'm forgetting about watching it at launch. I usually will let it die out if it's dead, if it launched whatever 2 months ago. But just go through like a whole process trying to figure it out, looking for a really good team, good background. If it's some sort of heavy development, really good GitHubs, stuff like that. But yeah, I guess if I'm looking
You
for different coins, I kind of got two different strategies. Depends on like what I'm going for.
you just spawned my you just intrigued me right there. You
There we
said
go.
GitHub. You said GitHub. So what do you look for
Yeah.
when you research on GitHub? Because this is a slept on point. Like part of research that people are sleeping on when looking at for AI agents? What do you specifically look for on GitHub for your AI agents or devs?
Yeah, yeah. Main thing, a lot of things. I mean, there's a few things you can look for, but one of the biggest things is actually as simple as the commits that the dev makes. Because developers run this space. And if you're gonna look into an AI agent, you want to find out if it's a complete LARP or a joke of an agent, or if it's something real. It's like you almost want to check like the developer. How is he building? Has he been building something for 2 years or 2 weeks, or did he just create a GitHub today? And if he just made it, usually it's gonna be some sort of LARP, unless there's a whole whether they're tweeting about it and very transparent upfront right when they start. Usually just looking at GitHub, you just want to see what kind of work the developer's doing. How many different repositories, things like that. Just basically the amount of work that he's doing. And usually the more the better. But I think it's just, yeah. And the longer he's been working on it too, the better. Every time.
Yeah, if you and I know you've been in the trenches because you notice when you said LARPs, right? You see all of these like fake Web two companies create a quick Twitter
Yeah.
page and like, oh, we got an
Yeah.
AI platform, token pump
Mhm.
2-3 million and then rugs, right? And it happens
Yeah.
way harder on Solana, but I'm seeing a lot of this shit moving on to base, right? In virtuals, right?
Right.
And then virtuals had the FUD that came out where it was like some AI agents were leaving virtuals.
Um, that I'm not too sure. I mean, I guess. Oh, you know what? No, it was. What was that? Yeah, I think it was the. I guess some of the process of how virtuals operates. I think some other people are. Maybe they're different platforms or different launch pads that people might have thought were better, but I think it just had to do with something within virtuals itself. I guess the way that their infrastructure is, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's still
It,
got like such a network effect around it, and just such a working thing.
it was a dev that rugged his community and then he started complaining about virtuals. He
No.
rugged his
Oh,
community and then was like, "Oh, the AI infrastructure, is not allowing my AI agent to tweet like they weren't working and building his AI agent out correctly." Was the
oh, you're
reason
kidding.
he
I didn't
chose
realize that's
to
what it was. Oh,
rug his community, right? And then complain
wow.
about virtuals. But like I said, it's been a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
platforms. Salute to my boy Strength and Progression, man. He got us in Max Token. This is,
bro.
we got
Yeah,
you got to
I
consider
saw
that
you killed
our
that.
research group. Hey, look, it was the research group. It was the research group. Like I
There we
find a
go.
lot of low cap gems, but I can't take the credit for this one. It was Grip in
Hmm.
our research group. Shared Max at around like 8 million. It dipped to 6 million. Man, we went full port. And that motherfucker ran to 100 and no 200 million, 220 million. We know at what we talked about at 600 million, it'd be 100x for our research group. So guys, consider
Huge.
the J5 Council. Like I'm not the only, like I haven't even been in there all day. We just had a new member join today, and I told you guys like I was be touching grass today, but I clean forgot that I had a live stream that I had to do with Connor. I was like, oh snap, because I was so mixed into Fruity Loops today. Like,
Yeah,
a kid and a kid,
yeah,
when you get your Christmas present and you like you want to play
yeah.
with it and stuff like that. I'm sitting there like
Hmm.
getting
Oh
back on
yeah,
my EQs, my P's, and I got
yeah. Perfecting those mixes, dude, is something else.
yes, it feels good, man. And this is the first time I
Agreed.
played around with a Metatune. So
Medicine. Yep.
yeah, it's like
There you go.
Antares.
Yes.
uh,
Yes. Similar.
you see, you already know.
Yeah.
Sproto
Yeah.
on ETH. You heard of that one?
What is it? Sproto on ETH. That no, I haven't.
No, I never heard that one.
Is
It
it a
says
new one?
meme plus AI agent. And then we got war is real. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Yeah, Beats AI went crazy, guys. We've been going for an hour, but hey, me and Connor, we gotta get up out of here because we in the trenches, dog. We gotta get back to the trenches. I know this man got a lot to do. I gotta get back to the trenches or whatever I was just doing before this.
There we
Make
go.
sure you go follow both of us on X right now for in real time content, man. A lot of stuff that he talks about first on X. I talk about first on X, guys. Go follow us on X. If you got a TG, you got anything you want to shill?
No, I mean, no. I guess just check me out on Twitter. We got the Gem Hunter Alpha group as well. I'm going to be opening some more slots potentially pretty soon because it is full at the moment. But yeah, obviously, I just appreciate you. And yeah, that's all. I don't really have much to
Hey,
show
we
on that.
got to do it. We got to do a collab call, man. I'm seeing the groups doing collab calls now, man. So if you run across something or I
Oh,
run across something, bro, we got to share it with each other, man. That's where our
let's do
communities
it.
eat, bro. You know what I mean? We our communities got to eat. Heart, appreciate you.
Yeah,
FMC caught me off guard, but I'm glad I got in. No problem, man. Appreciate your roadblock, guys. I'ma see y'all. Enjoy your weekend, man. Drink water. Drive safe out here. And tell a loved one that you love them. Tell somebody you love them each and every day, man. Wake up a love in your heart. I'm gonna see you on the next one. It's your boy Crypto Millie.